Welcome to Clemson, South Carolina, Doug Kingsmore Stadium for the final game of this three-game series as Clemson plays host to number 20, Boston College. Take a look at the standings. Boston College solidly into the third spot. Chance to take on Georgia Tech later on this year. Clemson moves up a spot, so both teams trying to get ready for the ACC tournament. Alongside the head coach Ron Smith, Tony Schufo with you. And coach, a rubber match, implications for both ball clubs coming into today's game.
Well, not only do you want to win the series, you want to get that momentum going, particularly Clemson, who has gone through a tough spell, and they appear to have handled it pretty well. Came out yesterday very hot, and they look to continue doing that today.
All right, Friday, Boston College gets the win by a final count of 8-4. Coach, they did it with small ball.
Well, they certainly did. You saw on Friday night Boston College employing the bunt, stealing some bases, basically manufacturing some runs, and then that creates opportunities for the big guys to hit the long ball.
Boston College gets the win, and then Saturday, Clemson turns the table on the Eagles.
Well, unlike the winner of the Kentucky Derby yesterday, Clemson yesterday came out of the gates on fire. Scored 11 runs in the first inning. That's a record for Clemson in the first inning, and they did it with bunts, base hits, bombs.
And there you have it, Coach. You mentioned that winning formula. Both teams had it Friday night BC, Saturday for the Tigers.
Yeah, really, it's remarkable the similarities between the two games and the winning formula.
This pitch of the ball game from the right-hander, Connacht, is looped into right field, a base hit, and Julio Solier continues his red-hot hitting in this series with a leadoff base hit.
Yeah, that's his sixth hit in the series, and he's just been outstanding. He's now 6 of 9 in this series, and obviously a threat to steal bases too.
Yeah, a guy you want to keep off the base pass. And here's a good look at Nick Wang. I've seen him at first base in this series. Today he'll occupy left field. This is a good lineup, particularly we talk about averages, but on base percentage. These guys get on base and make things happen.
Yeah, they manufacture runs.
Connacht, the right-hander.
Actually, that first pitch from Connacht was a good pitch, fastball up and in, and Solier was able to fist it into right field.
Well, we mentioned Solier down at first.
Yeah, he is 25 of 29 stealing bases, and you see Connacht, and just a veteran pitcher with a devastating changeup.
0-2 against Wang, with Solier down at first base to lead off the ball game, and he found tips and fouls it off. Coach, the fact that we see Connacht on Sunday rather than his usual Friday.
Yeah, maybe the coaching staff trying to change things up a little bit. As I mentioned in the opening, Clemson's been struggling a little bit, and I also, look, teams that continue to compete, even though they're going through adversity, baseball will give back to you.
And that hit him. So on the 0-2 pitch, Wang is aboard, and the first two have reached in the top of the first inning for the Eagles.
Well, you have a blue pit. And then here's the first changeup from Connacht, his best pitch. And he just didn't break his hand soon enough. A bit of a rush to get the ball to home plate, especially, and that's the pressure that Solier can put on a pitcher. They're in a rush to get the ball to the catcher. I think he just opened up a little bit, broke his hands late. The ball ran up and in on the hitter Wang.
So basically, are you saying he's trying to almost rush his delivery a little bit to lessen the time?
Right.
Okay.
Trying to make it like maybe a 1-3 instead of or a 1-2 instead of a 1-4.
Mainolfi at the plate.
And this is the baseball that you'll see from Boston College. Very likely they're going to put a bunt down here.
And that will get a visit from Jimmy Ballinger, the pitching coach for the Tigers, just underway alongside the head coach Ron Smith. Tony Schufo with you. Coach, we mentioned, we talked a lot in the pregame about this. This is the type of baseball we both love. We kind of grew up on the fact small ball is a better term for it. But both of these ball clubs have been able to execute it in their victories come Friday or Saturday.
Well, you said the key word, execution. I mean, you know, regardless of what you're doing, you have to execute. You can have the best plans in the world. If you don't execute, it's not going to work out for you. And I think this is just a momentum changer for Coach Ballinger to come out here with Aiden Canuck and say, hey, look, tough start, but we know what you can do, and you do too. Deep breath, and let's go. And I think you also say to the infield, get an out. You know, they're going to bunt, probably. Get an out. Unless it's a really bad bunt, and then you take the out at third base.
So the meeting at the mound is over. First two have reached. Canuck behind here, 1 ball and no strikes. See if the bunt still remains on. You got Gaffney creeping in at first. Soft toss over to second. Coach, do you like the new rules about the having to throw and not throwing? You know,
Yeah.
it's a different time, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. But I do like the pitch clock.
That one bunted foul behind home plate, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. So you like the pitch clock?
Oh, yes. Yes. There's no better game in the world than baseball when the ball's in play, in my opinion. It's the downtime that people struggle with.
So Manalfi steps back in. And this one he gets down. Nice bunt. Canuck bare hands. Retires Manalfi for out number 1, but he does his job.
Really nice job of going quickly from Canuck to the ball. And you'll see he gets his right foot outside of the baseball. And you see his knees bent, planted his foot, got some momentum going towards first and made a really strong throw. Love that.
So a base hit by pitch. Sacrifice bunt. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, the catcher Gunnar Johnson. Second and third, 1 out. Saw on Friday where BC jumped out to an early 4-run advantage en route to a 4-run win.
Yeah. It certainly made a difference in this series. Who gets the good start.
This one's hit to third and by Fultz into left field. Wang will stop at second. Scoring is Solier, and BC on top, 1-0.
Looked like the first breaking pitch that we've seen from Canuck. A bit of a hanger. Johnson able to get it past the third baseman Fultz.
Yeah, it looked like he thought that was going to come up on him a little bit more than it did. Scoots into left field. Wang had to hold up at second, so he'll stop over at third. So it's first and third, 1 out. And at the second base hit, so an RBI single for Johnson. And here's Gallo, third baseman, Luke Gallo. And he shows bunt, pulls back.
You know, you look at Gallo, he is, I think, 5'10". They've got him 185 there. That's pretty generous. But he is not your prototypical third baseman, nor is he your prototypical 5th man in the lineup. He looks more like a 2 or 8 or 9 guy, or leadoff.
And he gets the bunt down here. Canuck will come to the plate, and a strong throw gets Wang for out number 2.
2 athletic plays from Aiden Canuck. Really well done. Bunt a little bit too hard. Not a great jump from Wang, I don't think. He didn't get a great jump off of there. That was what
a safety squeeze?
Safety squeeze, yeah.
And he's out. Nice play by Canuck. We've seen him bounce off the mound a couple of times in his inning, Coach. Make a couple of really nice plays.
Well done.
So runners at first and second after the fielder's choice, and Canuck trying to work around a tough start to this top of the first. Here's Kyle Wolf, the first baseman. And he hits this one foul.
Boy, Canuck is really working that fastball in so far.
You know, one of the things about Aiden, Coach, is pitch count, right?
Yeah.
And why is it so important to keep your number of pitches down?
Well, I mean, you obviously can go deeper into a ball game. Now, both both teams' bullpens are really in good shape for today, but you'd like to get a guy at least into the 6th inning if you can.
That's strike 2 called.
Another good fastball with some movement. That ball had life, Tony.
So we saw Kanaka head a Wang, no balls and 2 strikes. Changeup got away from him and hit him on the forearm. A lone hit for Wolf in this series, a 2-run homer. And that just missed away with a good fastball at 94.
And I thought that was a huge home run on Friday night. Extended the lead, and Legurnik had really pitched well. And he just left a fastball up, and Wolf ambushed it.
The 1-2, and that's strike 3 call. So Aiden Canuck limits the damage. The first 2 reach. BC gets a run, but Canuck works out of further trouble. We go to the bottom of the first. Jared Bakich, Nate Savoy had a big first inning yesterday. Coach led off the game with a double in the first, and then later that inning hit a 3-run homer.
Well, that certainly doesn't happen very often. No. And, this is a guy that you would normally see in the middle of your lineup, but with Purify being hurt for such an extended period of time, Coach Bakich trying to make some changes, shake things up, and it's worked.
Yeah, I heard Coach Interdonato for BC thought that the biggest at-bat of that first inning was Savoy leading off with a double because Miller was ahead 0-2 and Savoy kept battling and eventually doubled. That's a good look at the starter for the Eagles, the left-hander Tyler Mudd.
He's a guy that has been around a while. He is a senior, and he's a strike thrower. Has only walked 18 in 48 innings, struck out 28. Team's hitting 280 against him, so he pitches to contact.
Throw strike, stay ahead in the count, right?
Yeah. Again, I think you've got to throw the first 3 pitches, 2 of them really need to be strikes.
We had this conversation in the pregame. What a difference between 1 and 2 and 2 and 1.
Huge.
So Savoy about to step in. Nate's had a good series at this point, 3 for 9.
Yeah.
Got a homer, he's driven in 3. We've got time call. Got a little bit of equipment issue.
Yep.
Savoy on the air hitting at 348, 16. He's done everything that Coach Bakich had hoped when he brought him in this year. 16 homers and 50 driven in.
And from the very beginning, he's been so consistent. I mean, it wasn't that he got hot suddenly. I mean, he's been consistently right around, that 300-plus average, and he's driven in runs.
Looks at the first pitch upstairs, and you talk about the consistency, and I think that's why he's in the leadoff spot. I mean, you got a on-base percentage of over 430.
Right.
And you don't see many power guys that move from the 3-4 spot up to the leadoff. Goes that one foul, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. I was impressed with him early, Coach. Early parts of the season, I saw him go the other way, which is also always a positive. But not only did he go the other way, he drove the ball the other way.
And I think that's a really good formula for being a good hitter. Use the entire field.
Good pitch by Mudd on the outside corner, 1 and 2.
All right, so you've got Kelvin Boltron behind the plate, and we'll see if he's consistent on that pitch at the bottom of the strike zone.
You mean coaches care about consistency? The 1-2 is fouled back.
Good bat.
But you had a great relationship with umpires through your. How many years did you coach college baseball?
23.
23. Seems longer than that, doesn't it?
Well,
You started when you were 4 because you couldn't be more than 45 now, huh?
Well, it was.
I'm going to give away some of your secrets before we get off the air today. Pitch is grounded to third. Nice play by the third baseman, Gallo, and he throws out Savoy for out number 1.
That was a nice play.
Coach, your Furman teams, a lot of people listening, watching may not know. You were the head coach at Furman for a number of years. Your teams were so disciplined.
23 years, yeah.
23 years, and then from a defensive standpoint, I don't know there was a better defensive team in the country than your Paladins. You guys played it really well. You really have to appreciate that play by Gallo.
Just very solid. The ball hit hard enough that he's able to leave his feet, but get up and gather himself and get his feet together and make a solid throw to first base. Look, these guys are all D1 players. When they make throwing errors, it's not their arm. It's almost always their footwork.
Good point. Wow.
They don't have their shoulders lined up properly. They're not. They don't have momentum going towards the throw.
So you teach your feet right after your glove.
Oh yeah.
3 balls and no strikes, though, by the way, to Luke Gaffney, the first baseman for the Tigers.
I always said that balance, footwork is balance, balance is power. And that's true in any sport.
Gaffney, a 4-pitch walk with 1 out in the first. I heard you talking about that, Coach, on Friday, in terms of hitting and the lower part of your body and balance.
Power comes from the ground up. I mean, if you're not, you can have all kinds of bat speed, but if it's not supported by your lower half, you're going to get the bat knocked out of your hand.
There's Jacob Gerald, 17 homers. Both as a 2-run homer in this series. Skies this one in the right center. Larson battles the slight breeze, not much of one in right center, makes the catch 2 down.
And that was up and out of the strike zone, but I like the aggressiveness.
And Gerald is not going to get cheated.
Nope.
And if you're going to swing it with authority. So 2 out. There's Tristan McClatty, one of my favorites. Man out of Harlem, Georgia.
Yeah, I think he
Swiss
is.
Army knife, isn't he?
I think he's a guy that's got a future in baseball.
Looks like strike 1. Yeah, I like the fact that he's got so much versatility. He can play really almost any spot on the infield. I think the only position he really maybe hasn't tried is behind the plate.
Yeah, he's athletic.
And a super young man. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now you see from Tyler Mudd, it's not an overpowering guy. He's a guy that's going to throw his breaking ball, especially against lefties. And then he's going to spot his fastball. And again, he's a strike thrower, puts the ball in play.
This one is lofted to shallow left. Solier from short, reaching up, makes the catch to retire the side. Well, we have seen some nice defense early on. A couple plays by Canuck in the top half of the inning. And Solier with a nice running grab to end the bottom of the first. job wherever he's been, Coach.
Well, he did a great job of building the Wofford program and just steady improvement, and you've seen the same thing at BC. Improving not only their overall record, but their conference record each year, and now they're sitting at 35 wins and just having an outstanding year.
Designated hitter Danny Serwick to lead things off, bottom third of the Eagles order.
There's that changeup.
Look at that, Coach. Look at the escalation of the program.
Yeah. I mean, he did the same thing at Wofford. He has a type of baseball that he believes in, good fastball. He has a type of baseball that he believes in, small ball, whatever you want to call it. But it's a little unconventional at times. They steal bases like crazy. Hey, look at this beautifully located fastball.
You mentioned earlier that he was trying to come in. He came in there on Serwick and picked up his second punch out. Here's Ben Williams, a center fielder.
He is throwing more fastballs than I've seen. And he's starting guys off with fastballs. And
do you think some guys go to the plate against him looking straight change constantly?
well, they know that's his best pitch, and sometimes he pitches off of that. Right now, at least the first time through the order, the guys are seeing fastballs.
The 0-2 to Williams.
And there's a breaking ball.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, Todd has, we mentioned, as they were referring to him yesterday, Coach T.I.
T.I., yeah.
Yeah, and the job, first time I met him was before the ball game. And but you always admired his ball clubs at Wofford, and then, of course, what he's done at BC.
Scrappy,
wins.
very scrappy.
Canuck peers in. And that one's hit in the right center. Coming in quickly and making the sliding catch is Clavon. Check that. It's not Clavon at center field. It is Talon Bell.
Oh,
yeah. Showing off that athleticism.
That is a really nice. You know what I like about that? He made that look kind of easy.
He did.
I love guys that make the tough plays look easy. He read the ball really well off the bat, got a good jump, took a good route, and showed good hands as he dove and caught the ball.
There's Larson, a very speedy right fielder. Saw him on Friday try to pull a bunt down the first base line. Would Purify made that big league under backhanded toss to first to retire. He's behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
There's that devastating changeup. Really tough on lefties.
The 0-2. Checked his swing. Did he go?
Again.
Did not. 1-2. Talon Bell is an interesting story. We saw him in left field yesterday. Let's take a look at that replay.
Good call.
Yeah. The 1-2. Missed away. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And again, on that one, he broke his hands late, never got his arm into a good position, and the ball ran up and in. Against a righty, it would be up and in.
Swing and a miss.
There it was.
3 in a row. The third one, a charm. Canuck now with 295 career strikeouts. We played an inning and a half from Doug Kingsmore. Doug Kingsmore this afternoon.
A beautiful, if not a little bit of a cool day for this time of year, but just a gorgeous day.
Last night had concert in town. George Strait.
You were front row. I know you were.
Yeah, I couldn't.
You were front row singing every word.
Munson had some good. He is one of my favorites. But I'm one of these guys. I'm not a big traffic guy. Purify the lead off the second inning. Jaron Purified. Well, he got hit again yesterday in his hand area.
Oh boy.
Missed about 6 weeks with a broken hand.
Yeah, the Tigers can ill afford to lose him again. He needs some at bats.
Nice play, Solier. High throw. Purify safe at first.
Boy, that's two really good plays by the BC infield. That is such a tough play for the shortstop. I'd have trouble giving him an error, even though had the throw been accurate, he was going to be out.
Yeah, as an infielder, that clock goes off, and quite honestly, you got a guy with speed and Purify running down the base paths. And maybe
the ball was hit so hard that Solier had time to get up and maybe gather himself a little bit more. They're going to give him a hit.
So here's Lichtenberger, the shortstop.
No, they give him an error. And that's probably technically the right call. No.
Oh, they got a base hit out of it.
Okay.
Maybe they...
I like the call.
Yeah, I like it too. I think it's a tough play. It wasn't an average play. 2 balls and no strikes. But they did change one of the calls from the first inning. Because initially they had BC with 2 hits.
Yeah.
Now they have we'll get that corrected. Tyler fouls it off, and it's 2-1.
Trying to go to that winning formula again. And I really like him bunting, especially against a left-handed pitcher, because the left-handed pitcher is going to fall towards third, and you can take the ball down the first base line or down towards the second baseman. Really tough for the left-handed pitcher to get over there and make a play.
Purify back to first. 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, I'm with you. Lefty-lefty matchup.
Yep.
Got a guy on deck at Crichton who will put the ball in play. Takes off the bunt, cost him a strike, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Lead off base hit for Purify. This one will reach the seats off the netting. 2-2.
This is where I think I've seen Lichtenberger later in the year done a nice job with 2 strikes of sitting back a little bit, let the ball get a little bit deeper and use the whole field.
Got Solier at shortstop, shading the bag at second, and you've got the third baseman and Gallo way off the line at third, but there's a hole that's that way. And this one fouled off again.
Again, with 2 strikes, let the ball get a little bit deeper and play a little pepper. Little line drive base hit right now would set things up, probably first and third with the speed that you have at Purify.
The lefty comes set, the pitch. Swing and a miss. And a big first out here in the second. So Lichtenberger out on strikes. A nice job by the lefty in mud.
Yeah, good break and pitch, well located. He missed that a long way.
Yeah, he battles back from a 2-0 deficit, 2-0 count, and gets the big strikeout. Here's Jack Crichton. Snap throw over. They've got Crichton. They've got a hole on the right side, particularly with the second baseman.
Yes. Second baseman shading towards second baseman, first baseman holding the runner on. Massive hole over there.
Grounded to deep short, off the glove of Solier in the shallow left. Purify heads to third, and the Tigers have him on the corners with 1 out.
really good read from Purify as he rounded second base. Ball was in front of him, so there's no need in that case to look at your third base coach. Look at him hit that inside corner, good tight turn. I love to watch him run the bases.
First and third on the base hit by Crichton. Second knock of the afternoon for the Tigers. Here's Fultz Jr., and he pulls it foul. No balls and a strike. All right, Coach, I want to get your opinion about the Mud's pants that are way above. Is that something
above the
knee?
Yeah,
way above the knee. Almost looks like a wide receiver.
From a style standpoint?
Well, style. Is this? Could it be something that he just feels better pitching with a little bit more freedom around the knee area?
Might be.
That ball
That'll get it
driven
done.
to deep center. Williams back, leaps, makes the catch. On the terrace, scoring is Purify. We're even at one. Sacrifice fly.
Yeah, Fultz drove that ball. Exit velocity of 106. On a changeup, he sat back and drove it deep into center field. And really nice play by Williams.
You know, he went and he was able to orchestrate that terrace.
Yep.
Which gives a lot of the opposing outfielders a lot of problems. And it's almost like he jumped before he got to it and then made the catch. I'd say certainly one run, maybe two. And a quick visit at the mound. All right, so I know it's not about you, but when you're coaching of a guy, and nothing, you see a lot of kids wearing their pants high.
Yeah.
But if they come to you and go, Coach, I want to wear them above my knee.
Yeah.
What do you think? What would you say?
I don't sweat.
If he's your Friday night starter, it's a good idea.
I don't sweat the small stuff.
You don't sweat the small
Does he go to class? Does he work hard? Does he, is he a good guy?
That's a good point. Does he win?
Yeah. I mean,
if you're a 200 hitter, maybe it doesn't get away with it.
Yeah. But no,
Yeah, I got you. So here's Mr. Versatility as well, Talon Bell. Takes a strike, 0-1. Allen is 2 for 8 in his at-bats this year.
Big start for him. And against a left-handed pitcher.
Self toss over. Crichton 5 for 6 in the stolen base department. Clemson as a team, 52 out of 65. Snap throw. Trying to keep him close.
Boston College as a team, 132 out of 151, 151 stolen base attempts.
That's amazing.
I mean, that's almost 100 more than Clemson. I mean, and again, this is Coach Todd Internato's philosophy. He believes in it. His players believe in it. He coaches it, and he recruits to it.
Got to have the horses, right? If this is what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to go recruit a bunch of big old slow guys and expect to, steal a bunch of bases.
And as speed doesn't take a day off, does it?
Can't teach speed.
Can't teach it, and unlike power hitters, they're off days. But you can always run. Fouled back, 2-2. I always thought that one of the most beautiful things in baseball, we saw it earlier this inning, is going first to third on a base hit to the outfield.
Love it.
Love it.
Again, that's when the ball's in play. There's no better game than baseball.
That is strike 3 call. So a nice bounce back by the left-hander Tyler Mudd. He strikes out Bell, but the Tigers get the equalizer. We've played a couple from Doug Kingsmore.
can get a lot bigger than this.
Run straight for the breakaway.
Who will emerge? We'll see.
Yeah, May 19th, the beginning of the ACC tournament. Yeah, the top 4 seeds, which BC right now, solid top 4 seed. They get a double bye to the quarterfinals. Ground ball fair inside the bag at first, and a leadoff base hit for Solier. He's now 2 for 2.
He's had 2 balls that he got a little more of that one, but that was again off of his hands. He certainly didn't get it in the sweet part of the bat, but 2 well-placed singles for him.
He has seen 2 pitches in this game, and he's got 7 for 10 in the series. Let's see how they play it. Here's Nick Wang, hit by a pitch his first time. Takes a strike. Mention that ACC tournament single elimination. Your thoughts?
I love it.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. And you almost have to do that when you've got that many teams in the tournament.
Solier bluffs going. Nice stop by Gerald behind the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I liked Konecny held the ball a little bit longer. I mean, so there's three ways to control the running game. 1 is to have a good move, quick move. 2 is to vary your looks, the time. And then 3 is get the ball quickly to home plate.
That is strike 2 called. So if you hold it a little bit longer, from a runner's standpoint, do you
just vary it. Sometimes you go quickly, sometimes you hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4.
The 1-2 pulls it foul.
And you can always pitch out as well. That might have been a good pitch to pitch out on, because I would think as a base runner, you're thinking, okay, his best pitch is his changeup. You know, here it comes right here. It's a good pitch for me to run on.
The 1-2 from Aiden Canuck, and a swing and a miss. Elevated the fastball.
Got him to climb the ladder, changed his eye level with the changeup down in the strike zone on the previous, and that was a couple balls above the strike zone, and Wang could not catch up, and he does a pretty good job putting the ball in play for a big, strong guy like him, who has I don't know how many home runs now, 15 home runs, yeah.
There goes Solier. Throw down. And a nice job by Purify backing up the play.
Yep.
Stolen base number 26 in 30 attempts. You had a feeling he may be going after Wang couldn't advance.
No doubt. He's got good speed. And this is another young man that
good-looking ball player.
Yeah, I think he's got a future in baseball.
He's built really well. He can run. He's going to get more and more powerful as he gets older. Swing and a miss. You know, Coach, we mentioned in the pregame how part of their small ball formula is the stolen base.
Yeah. And look at how it changes the inning, the complexion of the inning. Now you've got a guy in scoring position, a high leverage situation for the pitcher.
Now 134, which is a school record that they set a year ago.
Yeah.
264 stolen bases in the last 1+ seasons. Nice job by the second baseman, Mainolfi, to stay alive.
Yeah, that was a really good job of fighting off a good pitch.
All right, so you're a pitching coach with the changeup. You want it down in the zone? Does that help you, or do you want it?
Pretty much, yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think most of the time, especially if it's a sinking, his ball just disappears.
Fly ball center field. Talon Bell has it. Good strong throw. You know, that's one of the advantages of having a good left-handed pitcher in center.
Yeah.
You know he's got arm strength. Keeps Solier down at second base.
Well, he's looked pretty good out there so far.
You know what he looks like, Coach, to me? He just looks like a good athlete.
Well, he must be to be a two-way guy, right?
Yeah. Well, that always helps when you, back in your day, 11.7 scholarships, and you could find a guy that could do a couple of things. You had a pretty good right-handed pitcher at Furman, had a big league career.
Yeah, we had 4 scholarships for the first 6 years that I was there. 4. And then it went to 6 for a long time. And I think about the last 3 or 4 years we were up to 8.
No balls and a strike to Johnson, who reached on a fielding error back in the first. And he's quickly behind. No balls and 2 strikes. I guess, and you know, at Furman, the cost of tuition and everything, I guess you had to kind of divvy those 6 out the best you could, huh?
And well, to your point, though, to have a two-way player was huge. I like it.
Soft toss to second. What was the name of the gentleman that was a two-way player for the Paladins that pitched and made it to the big leagues, a right-handed pitcher? Was it Jackson?
Jay Jackson.
Jay Jackson, yeah.
From Greenville. Really good player. Great family.
Fouled back. I remember
What a competitor he was.
Yeah, like all of your ball clubs.
He just competed. He wanted the ball. My God, he wanted to be up in the toughest situations. He wanted to be pitching, and that's what you love when kids are like that.
The 0-2. Back up the middle. It'll sneak into center field for a base hit. So the 2-out RBI single for Johnson, and BC takes a 2-1 lead.
It looked like a changeup. Yeah, that was a changeup, and just up a little bit in the strike zone. Well-placed ground ball up the middle. Big two-out RBI.
Manufacture it. Leadoff base hit, and then the stolen base.
Yeah. And it's
dividends.
2 ground balls go through the infield for BC. Now, and neither one of us hit particularly hard, but that's one of the things where if you're thinking, oh my gosh, we need to get him out, he's not doing real well. You know, well, he's doing fine. Aiden is.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
not making really, really hard contact.
Here's Luke Gallo. Retired, reached on a fielder's choice, trying to bunt his way aboard. Tried to score Wang on a bunt attempt back in the first. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Canuck bounced off the mound back in the first inning, made a couple of nice plays.
He really did. Showed some athleticism.
1 ball and 1 strike. So the Tigers tied in the bottom of the second. BC answers with a 2-out run-scoring base hit to take a 2-1 lead. And this one will reach the seats as well.
Well, we've seen, you know, the changeup. We've seen the fastball. Haven't seen a really tight breaking pitch from Canuck yet, and it might be something that maybe as the game progresses, he can find it. There it was.
Nice block by Gerald. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Jacob Gerald, I love him. He's a leader. Drives in runs, does a good job receiving the baseball. I think he handles pitchers real well.
The 2-2 from Canuck. Swing and a miss. And the inning comes to a close. 5th punch out for Canuck. When we come back, Todd Interdonato will join us. His club has a 2-1 lead. We go to the bottom of the inning. with the head coach of the Eagles, Todd Interdonato. And coach, so far, your lefties look sharp through the first two frames for your ball club.
Yeah, he's been able to land all 3 pitches for strikes. Been able to get his fastball, slider, and changeup in there established. So hopefully he can keep going here. And you know, we feel like if we just get a steady mix, yeah, it's going to give us the best chance.
Yeah, he's not overpowering, but I love the way he mixes his pitches, locates his fastball. He looks good. Coach, especially the second run you got here, that is typical of your ball club. I mean, you get a leadoff hit, steal second base, and then the big 2-out hit.
Of course.
That's what you're looking for, and that's manufacturing runs.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this kid is obviously very talented. He's going to be hard to score off of, so we're going to have to take some chances.
All right, Coach. Best of luck the rest of the way. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. Todd Interdonato. Well, you've mentioned more than once the job he has done. Is Boston College really not known for baseball, right? And all of a sudden they are on the map nationally.
And in talking with him, he said they've made really a very nice commitment to the program in terms of their facilities. He says we've got the best indoor facility in all of the ACC.
That's
pretty impressive.
Yeah, very, very impressive. Savoy pulls it to third. Nice play by Gallo again. Coach, he's 2 for 2 against Savoy today, going to his left.
Of course, Savoy says, gosh, give me a break.
Hit it to somebody else.
Two good diving plays, and again, he gets himself up, gathers himself, gets his shoulders lined up, and makes a nice throw to first base for the out.
Now, as a guy who taught fielding, how nice is it to have a ball come up? What I mean by that is he's actually catching it about waist high as he's moving to it, and he's not having to go to the ground.
Well,
does it help a little bit? Makes it easier. Gaffney takes ball 1. Luke, a 4-pitch walk his first time. Hit his 8th homer of the year yesterday. He and Savoy went back-to-back.
I think he was pressing a little bit early in the year, trying to get some more power going. And, you know, he's just got to be a guy that thinks gap to gap and, you know, up the middle. And you know, home runs are going to come. He's a big, strong kid.
Well, he's yet to see a strike in this at-bat as well. 3 balls and no strikes. Yeah, and he's a terrific young man. I don't know if you've had a chance to chat with him, but he is a top-notch kid. That's in there for a strike. Yeah, I thought he pressed a little last year. Expectations, especially for young kids, that can be tough on them. He's aboard for the second time with a walk.
Boy, the way the first and third innings have started are eerily similar. You've got the diving play from Gallo at third base to retire Savoy, and then Gaffney with the walk.
So here's Gerald, who popped to shallow right center his first time. Swing and a miss.
You're right, he doesn't get cheated.
He does not get cheated.
Yeah.
And listen, if you want to risk it throwing on the inner third, be my guest.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that, yeah. If you're on the hill, you want to stay outer third with this guy.
And soft.
Absolutely. This could be 2.
Oh, yeah.
And it is. So a nice job by Mudd to work around the 1-out walk with a double play to end the inning. When we come back, EB, Eric Bakich, head coach of the Tigers, will join us. Third, joined now by the head coach of the Tigers, Eric Bakich. And Coach, your right-hander, Canuck, looks very comfortable today, but he's pitching on Sunday. What facilitated that move from your normal Friday night start?
Well, a couple things. It's probably time to mix something up with how things were going. And, we liked the idea of using Dane plus Legurnick as a way to kind of open and then give us some, extended innings. But also, more importantly, it gives AK a chance to couple days rest, but also a chance to see another team's lineup for a couple of days. So that was pretty much the decision.
So, Coach, I'm interested. You've got Savoy up there in the leadoff spot, and he's hit the ball hard twice. That last ball he hit was 106 mile an hour exit velocity, and then the double play ball was hit really hard. Do you consider that a quality at bat?
JJ's was for sure. I thought I thought JJ hit his 106, and that was he struck that well. I didn't think Nate hit his as hard. He was a little out in front, I thought. I had 91 on our iPad, but usually when you hit it 95 plus, that's considered a hard hit at our level. But like JJ and Gaff and Nate, they really can do damage when they get the ball in the air and hitting it like that.
All right, Coach.
Coach, I just got one other quick question. I've seen a lot. I feel like a few more fastballs from Aiden Canuck here. There's a good one that just missed. Wow. But do you feel like he's throwing a few more fastballs today, especially that first round of hitters?
Yeah, he's probably throwing another one right here. But, yeah, he's attacking with it. He's doing a good job. And, the thing about him is I think some other teams have really keyed in on just sit and change up with him. So being able to utilize all of his pitches more, just, because he's not just fastball change. He's got a good curveball, too. And, see if he throws the curveball here. And I'm cheating because I know what pitch is coming in my ear. So. But
dang, boy, you're good.
You are good.
That's right. That's right. So
he's a mentalist.
That's right. So he just needs to keep attacking. And,
I agree.
And let our defense make plays.
Look, they've had 3 ground balls go through, at least 2 that you had the leadoff dumper right there into right field that scored a run, and actually both times that Solier was on, ball wasn't hit very hard. It's baseball. It's baseball.
Well, and these guys do a good job battling with 2 strikes. So we just gotta make the plays, and we gotta do the same when we got 2 strikes as well.
All right, Coach. Thanks for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the way.
All right, let's do it.
All right, EB, Eric Bakich.
I love his approach. I think they do a nice job, and I know they've come under some criticism, but baseball is tough. Things can turn around on a dime, and it's just such a small sample. And as I've mentioned earlier, if this team continues to compete, continues to stay together and believe in each other, the game will come back to them.
Line drive, base hit. Nice job. Coach mentioned 2 out or 2 strike swinging, and Wilk puts it in play. Finds a hole in right center.
That was a solid, very solid swing.
They talked yesterday on the broadcast, the telecast, about there is a path for the Tigers to get back to the NCAA tournament. But yesterday was a big step in that direction. Today would be another.
Well, every game is big now, and as I've mentioned, I think Friday when you've got 162 game season, you can afford to have a streak of maybe 15 or 20 games where things aren't going your way and you have a poor record. In college baseball, everything's magnified.
Yeah, this is a team that jumped out to a 15-1 start, struggled, as you mentioned, over about a 20-game span. Trying to right the ship, but still a couple of series left, couple big midweek matchups in terms of this week when they go to Coastal Carolina, RPI huge situation. And then the single elimination ACC tournament. 2-1.
And you talk about those teams that get buys. That helps. But I'm telling you what, if it's your first ball game and you're playing a team that's already won a couple and they're comfortable and they're feeling good about themselves, that could be tough.
That's a great point.
Good pitch.
You see that a lot as the count goes to 2. You see that a lot in college basketball.
Yeah.
You see the teams get the buys,
Right.
and the other teams are more comfortable. Yeah, that's a great point, Coach.
Big shift here from the Tigers. Got 3 infielders on the right side of the infield. Going to that changeup, kind of complements that defensive play.
So the counts run full. With Wolf over at first base, a leadoff base hit.
I don't think he's stolen a base this year. I'm shocked if he doesn't go here, though. Nope.
Swing and a miss.
Good choice, too. Big changeup.
A 3-2 changeup for a big out number 1, and the second time that Zerwick has struck out swinging in this ball game.
Well, that tells you that the coach Jimmy Ballinger feels like that Aiden Knacht has got a really good feel for his changeup now.
It's his 80th strikeout on the season and his 6th today, which puts him at 298 for his career. He just missed there. 1 ball, no strikes. To Ben Williams, who hit the ball hard his first time. We saw Bell make the nice sliding grab back in the second.
If you look at the outfield, Bell is shading towards right center field.
This one hit off of Canuck out behind the mound. It'll be a base hit. And it's 2 on with 1 out. That is the 5th hit for BC.
Boy, the bottom of this order, I know on Friday, was very, very effective.
Williams does a nice job of putting it in play. That'll get Kim Hill, the trainer, out to the mound area. And you can see Canuck limping just a bit.
Not sure where it got him.
Yeah, not sure.
But he is, yeah.
Eric Backage, the head coach, will make his way to the mound area as well. Let's take a look, Coach. Ball's hit hard.
Fastball. Really can't tell from that angle where it hit. I think that was destined for up the middle.
Yeah, may have been close to his knee, but it's hard to tell. You know, the good news from his standpoint was that he bounced on it quickly.
Well, he did.
And it wasn't like it was hurt so poorly that he couldn't get to the baseball. But
well, I think it went off his left foot, possibly. Going to have a bruise there.
Probably get a couple. There we go. Here's a nice slow replay.
His left calf.
Calf?
That's a muscle situation, so I think that's probably a pretty good place to get hit.
And he'll go take a couple of warm-up tosses. Well, BC with a couple on and 1 out in the top half of the 4th inning. This guy has been a workhorse for, you talk about what Canuck has done, and from the minute he came on this campus, Coach, he has been a guy that has stood out and been one of the top pitchers, not only in this league, probably college baseball.
Well, it's his maturity. I mean, he came in as a freshman, very mature. His approach, everything was just very professional. The coaches talk about him being a sponge. He listens to everything and absorbs it and tries to apply it. And boy, you love guys like that are so coachable.
Yeah, he's got what I've heard described as great presence.
Yeah.
Great mound presence, demeanor, all those things. So he's going to stay in there, 1st and 2nd, 1 out. And here's Larson, the right fielder, strikeout victim his first time. Swing and a miss.
Another changeup.
Larson with 3 home runs. He's like another leadoff guy in the 9 spot with his speed. Gerald smothers it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Seeing a few more changeups the second time through the order. You talked about the importance of the 1-1 pitch. It's going to be 2-1 or 1-2, or the ball's put in play. Need to throw a strike.
And he pumps one in there with a fastball, 1-2.
Yeah, we talked earlier about whether the home plate umpire, Kevin Bultran, would be consistent with that low strike, and he certainly was there.
Quick check of the runner down at second. That one's popped up down the left field line. Lichtenberger from short makes the catch in fair ground. 2 down. You know, that's a tougher play as you're going away from it. That ball kind of tails back into fair territory more so than Lichtenberger thought. He made a nice one-handed grab.
He did.
And the third baseman, Foltzy, did a nice job staying at home just in case he couldn't come up with it. He'd have to force out.
Well, that's definitely the shortstop's ball.
So here's a guy that has seen 2 pitches in this game and has 2 base hits. Solier, the shortstop.
Him again.
Him again. 0-1.
They started him out with a break-in pitch, and that was the best one we've seen from Maine Connect. That one had a little bit of bite on it and well located.
Tries to dot the outside corner, just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, there's a lot to like about this right-handed hitting shortstop for the Eagles. Got a little bit of moxie to him, plays with a little bit of an edge. Gotta like that. There's a fastball strike, 1 and 2.
Just wonder if he might climb the ladder here. Something up, and then maybe come back with that changeup.
Swing and a miss.
Ran it in on him. Good pitch.
This is career strikeout number 299 as he works out of trouble. First and second and 1 out, and Connacht gets a pop-up and a strikeout to end the frame. And we'll keep it right here in what I call salute to service, Coach. This is something that obviously we have both seen many times, but it still sends chills.
It's moving.
It is the veterans, those that are serving, have served. They're asked to stand, and the players from Clemson come out and shake their hands and recognize them. I'm a little, and not this, I would like to see more of the visiting teams maybe come to Coach Backage before the game and go, can we join you? And I'm sure they would. But part of it is maybe they don't want to, you know, kind of take away from Clemson. But I thought one of the coolest things was when Army was in town.
Yeah.
Because they did that.
Standing ovation for these individuals who have given so much to serve our country.
Greatest country in the world. Oh, US of A.
Agreed.
What a tribute. Tigers. Coach Backage brought this with him. You know, if you've ever been to one of his baseball camps, they begin each day with the team players lining up, and he teaches them how to stand during the anthem. Yeah. Part of his a teaching moment, if you will, during his summer baseball camps.
And it's a culture.
Tristan McClatty to lead things off as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Tristan 0 for 1, hitting just under 300 overall.
Good pitch, good breaking pitch.
Ball 1 strike. Coach, he wears that kind of a face mask. Had a scare a few weeks ago when he got hit in the face.
Yeah.
He came back a lot quicker than I thought. Two and 1.
I tell you, this Tyler Mudd, I like his body language. very, very positive. Seems to have good conviction with each and every pitch.
Big hop for the second baseman, Mantelfe, and he throws him out, 1 down. One inning that Clemson got the leadoff man aboard was the infield hit by Purified. That's the lone run to this point. Here's Jaron. You know, the first 2 games of this series, we saw BC get out to an early big lead, 4-0, 6-2, early innings.
Yeah.
Kind of hung on in one, if you will. Tigers yesterday, obviously 11-run first inning. This one a much different scenario, 2-1 ball game, bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, and that's often not the case on Sunday. Sunday often you're well into your bullpen. That ball is hit well, but too high.
Coming in quickly is Wang, and he makes the catch.
Yeah. 46-degree angle, 96-mile-an-hour exit velocity. So it was hit pretty solidly, but just got under it.
Yeah, I'm with you. When it left the bat, I thought it had a little more distance. You've got Wang out in left field. We've seen him at first. Came in and made the play. And now here's Lichtenberger.
And this is where you know, the Coach Bakich, and I was just going to say that this could be a really, really quick inning for Boston College, and Coach Bakich trying to just kind of change the momentum a little bit here. Sit back and say, hey, let's battle here. Have a good at bat. If you just find your way on the base, get the next guy up.
The Tigers use an offensive timeout. You used to see this a lot back in the old major league days, when a first couple of quick outs and maybe a pitcher at the plate.
And then a take. I mean, he was taking on that. Yeah. They did not want Tyler Mudd to get through it with a 9-pitch inning.
1 ball, 1 strike. It's another guy who I think is more and more comfortable as the season's gone along, Lichtenberger. Both at the plate and in the field.
And his numbers have proven that.
Pulls this one to first, backhanded by Wolf. Toss to Mudd covering, and it's an easy 1-2-3, bottom of the 4th inning. Mudd has settled in. He has a 2-1 lead. Standing.
Boy, you look at that fastball, dotted it on the outside corner. That one inside. And there's that devastating changeup. Climbed the ladder with that one. And then another good fastball that had serious movement.
Take a look at his numbers. 299 career strikeouts, 7 punch-outs through 4. And his next strikeout obviously will be a
milestone.
Milestone at 300. But you know, a Tiger pitcher has not reached the 300 strikeout milestone in 26 years. Ooh. 1 ball, 1 strike. The last Tiger to record his 300 strikeout was Ryan Model way back in 2000. I had a little bit of hair back then. Very little, but some. A little bit more than now. The 1-1. Ooh, that's it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Facing the left fielder, Nick Wang, who was hit by a pitch in the first, struck out in the third. He was strikeout victim number 4 of the day for Canuck, who now sits at 7. Missed away, 2-2. And a guy who handles the bat really well for a big guy who's also got power.
Yeah. Well, he's 38 strikeouts, 35 walks. I mean, that's pretty good.
This one is tapped slowly to deep second. Purify, who's playing behind the bag, makes the play, 1 down.
And there's an example of an approach with 2 strikes. I mean, he literally just played Pepper with that ball, put it in play, and really pretty tough play for Purify, who made it look easy, as he often does.
But I'm with you. With 2 strikes, put it in play. You never know. It's not hard to defend a strikeout. Here's Manalfy. 0 for 1 officially. Sacrifice his first time, fly to center his last time. I mean, when you strike out, you know, there's no chance that they bobble it for the most part. I mean, obviously they could throw it to the screen. But even that ground ball there, I thought it came up a bit on Purify.
Tough.
You never know.
Tough play.
2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0. One of the few times that we've seen Aiden fall behind and struggle with command against a hitter today. He's been spot on for the most part.
Been really good.
Really
good.
Good.
That was done. The other 2 pitches were pretty close, just missed. That one, I'm not sure his mechanics were really good. Needs to focus, come back 1 pitch at a time.
So a 4-pitch walk with 1 out.
Yeah, and he opened up on that one. Okay.
And for Aiden, it's his first walk.
That's his 80th pitch.
How times have changed. We were chatting with Coach Leggett before the game. Jack Leggett, the legendary Hall of Fame coach who coached here for the Tigers. And y'all were talking pitch counts back in the day.
Yeah.
Certainly have changed quite a bit. Here's Gunnar Johnson. This one he pops up. Third base side. Canuck makes the play. 2 away.
He is fielding his own position again, showing some athleticism.
Now Johnson almost hit that ball in no man's land.
Yeah.
And Foltz playing back.
It's not often you see a pitcher make the catch. I'm not sure if the third baseman shouldn't have made the catch, but now we were talking about pitch count, and you know, you get up to 80 now, and guys like, oh, we got to get him out. And back in the day, you'd say, hey, he's just getting loose.
Just getting warmed up. Here is Luke Gallo, the third baseman, reached on a fielder's choice and struck out 0 for 2. You know, I know they've always counted pitches, but I think there was the importance of it as you went back years, decades. It wasn't that big a deal. Guys would throw 130 pitches.
Yep.
2 balls and no strikes.
2 close pitches, but he's that Gallo again, a guy that just doesn't, he's not the prototypical third baseman nor number 5 hitter, but does a nice job.
2 balls and a strike. Would you say he's built more like a second baseman, middle infielder guy?
Second baseman, outfield, middle infielder, maybe a center fielder.
2 balls and a strike. Manalfy down at first. Was wondering with a 2-1 whether he might be trying to go. Canuck thinking the same way, toss it to first.
Yeah, he's 18 of 20. He's not afraid.
Might as well try to get him in the scoring position.
Yeah.
Counts in your favor. You say that, but Canuck is as comfortable throwing a 2-1 changeup as he is a 2-1 fastball.
Well, and Gallo doesn't have a lot of power, so you'd like to get him into scoring position. If he does get thrown out, you got Gallo leading off, who's like a leadoff hitter. There he goes.
Pulled to third by Fultz. And heading to third is Manalfi. He'll stop there. First and third, 2 down. A solid base hit to left by Gallo.
Yeah, that ball was hit hard off of a fastball, and Fultz has had a couple of opportunities diving to his left to make a play and just has been unable so far to come up with it.
So first and third, and it looks like Jimmy Ballinger, the pitching coach, may make his way to the mound area. We've got already Jacob Gerald behind the plate. We'll reach the man. There is Jimmy Ballinger.
Yeah.
Pitch count, as you mentioned, now at 83. First and third, 2 down.
Wolf really with just one hit.
Yeah,
but it was a big one.
Yep.
A big home run.
Got the freshman lefty, Brendan Bennett, warming in the bullpen.
Probably have him ready for the DH. He is left-handed.
Zerwick. You know, Coach, I thought yesterday, going back to yesterday's game, Tigers got a big 11-0 lead. So important, though, to have a guy on the mound with those strikes. And Charman was awesome, and that's what he does. He was able to save the bullpen, because you mentioned earlier you thought both bullpens were fresh and ready to go today.
Fully loaded. Yeah.
And part of it was the fact that you had a guy, even with an 11-0 lead, pumping strikes yesterday.
Yeah.
Because you normally don't come back from those deficits unless the other pitcher's death helps you a little bit.
Helps a lot. Yeah.
So Canuck set to go to work. First baseman Kyle Wolf, who singled into right center his last time, 1 for 2. Hit the ball hard his last time up. Pitch misses upstairs, ball 1. .237 on the season, has driven in 24. Has shown power at times with those 6 home runs. The 1-0, grounded to short, underhand toss, and the threat is erased. First and third, 2 outs. Canuck works out of trouble. 2-1 BC as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Run, a pair of hits, a couple of punch outs, and 4 innings of work. And he will now turn over his bullpen, but a good outing for the left-hander, Coach.
Yeah, very, very solid, threw a lot of strikes. Mixed his pitches. Again, not overpowering, but boy, he does a nice job of competing, putting the ball in play.
He will turn it over to the right-hander, Gavin Suarez, who comes in with a sparkling 1.40 ERA. Now, Coach, I want to... Have you ever been to Ho-Ho-Kus, New Jersey? You ever heard of it? That's where he's from. Ho-Ho-Kus, New Jersey.
Ah.
Yeah.
No, I have not been there.
Not been there either. Never heard of it. But he will come aboard here in the 28 strikeouts, only 4 walks in 19 1/3 innings. Those are pretty good numbers. We have seen some good arms out of this bullpen.
And again, they're throwing strikes. That is the key.
So Suarez comes on. He'll face the bottom third of the Tiger order. Jack Crichton to lead things off.
And he is just a sophomore. 6'3", 220.
First pitch hit hard, but right to Solier, it's short. One pitch, one out. There's Jason Foltz Jr., Tiger third baseman. Drove in the Tigers' lone run of this game when he drove a pitch to deep center field for a sacrifice fly. Williams made a nice play.
Really nice play.
And may have saved a second run. Pitch misses away. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Swing and a miss.
Nothing but sliders.
Yep, tight slider. Third baseman Gallo near the line down at third and deep. Swing and a miss. Chase that time, 1-2.
We gotta be sitting back a little bit. That might be a little function of lack of experience. He's thrown nothing but sliders to this point, and you've got to identify before committing.
Here's the 1-2, and that is driven to deep left field. Will it stay fair? It will not. Just foul.
Boy, it landed in the stands, but man, that ball was well hit, and that is, that's kind of been the story of this Clemson stretch where they've struggled. I mean, just barely missing things like that, which would have been obviously a home run. Hitting balls hard right at infielders. That's a good call.
Yeah, that's a good call. But you're right, it did land in the seats.
Yep. Well done. These guys, these umpires, they're good, and umpires are good. These guys at this level, they're good. They're good guys. They love the game. That's why they do it. I always tried to appreciate the jobs that they did. Didn't always agree with them, but
that's the way it goes.
Part of it.
Yeah.
I really felt like it was not incumbent upon my play. I didn't want my players to say anything.
Chopper to second. 2 down.
Yeah, I didn't want my players to say anything. I mean, I'll take care of the umpires. And you just focus on you.
And in today's umpiring world, it's a little tougher with all the technology and every pitch
analytics, everything. Yeah.
You could miss a pitch back in the day, not now.
Yeah. You've got to have a thick skin.
Yeah.
I mean, the replay they overturn.
Yes.
It's tough.
Well, let's face it, guys are in the dugout now with devices that show where that pitch was.
Yep.
With a box. Here's Talon Bell swinging at the first pitch and lost it out of play. No balls and a strike. Back in the third inning, Tigers got a 1-out walk to Gaffney, but Jacob Gerald bounced into a 6-4-3 double play. So that was 3 batters in the third. Tigers went down 1, 2, 3 in the fourth. First 2 retired here in the fifth. Boston College pitching staff starting to settle in. No balls and 2 strikes to Bell.
Talon Bell getting an opportunity here. And, that's probably a function of him swinging the bat really well in batting practice. Yeah, maybe a combination of a number of things, but he obviously has shown that he can play center field.
The 0-2. Skied on the infield. Who wants it? It'll be the second baseman. Manalfi battles and makes the catch. 1, 2, 3, bottom of the 5th inning. It remains 2-1 BC. Here in Clemson. A little tractor race. 2-1 BC as we go to the top half of the 6th inning, along with the head coach Ron Smith. Tony Schufo with you. Coach, here's a game summary to this point, but both teams have played well.
Yeah, very solid baseball from both teams. A big 2-out hit for Boston College, and Solier scoring both of the runs for Boston College. Absolutely doing what a leadoff guy should do, get on base and score runs.
And on the flip side for the Tigers, we've seen Aiden Canuck has not been in a lot of trouble today, but for the most part, he's worked around a couple of difficult situations.
Yeah. He's pitched well.
He has pitched well. And, you know, when you look back, I think over his last few starts, he's starting to really pitch. It looked like the Aiden Canuck we expected coming into this season.
Yeah, he's just solid.
And we talk about some of the things that happened. Here we are going to the 6th inning. They come out, they drag the field. Did you have the field when you were coaching? Did y'all drag the field?
No. Well, yeah, we did.
In the 6th inning?
Nice. Yeah, you know, one of my assistant coaches would do it. And actually, I can remember when I was playing, our head coach, Tom Wall, who had been there for years and years, had a little VW bug, and he would drag the field after the games with this VW bug. Now that, I wish I had a picture of that.
So the designated hitter, Zerwick, was due up. Instead, Todd Interdonato is going to go to his bench to bring on the left-handed batting. Esteban Garcia will pinch hit. Facing Canuck, leading off the 6th, and he takes ball 1.
There's some pretty close pitches. So, you know, it's one of those things where Canuck may have gotten behind a little bit, but he's right there. I mean, if he, for example, if Gerald is setting up on the outside corner, and he might be missing just a ball off the outside corner. That's pretty good command.
Really, yeah. Really good command. Fouled back, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Garcia leading off this 6th inning. Just his 30, he's at 36 or 35 at bats so far this year. 5 for 35. He's driven in 6 runs. He's behind Canuck 1 and 2. Checked his swing. On a pitch up, 2 and 2. Sitting at 299 career punchouts. Clemson right-hander delivers.
He was on that one. That was a good hack.
Garcia stays alive.
Anytime you see that foul ball go straight back, he's got it pretty well timed.
2 and 2. Swing and a miss. In the dirt, Gerald tags Garcia, and that is career strikeout number 300 for right-hander Aiden Canuck.
Boy, what a milestone, and on his signature pitch. You called it, Tony. You called for the changeup, and it was a good one. Started out about thigh high and just disappeared.
First Clemson Tiger in 26 years to record his 300th career strikeout. There's Ryan Motto. Remember the Tiger pitching staff from 1997 to 2000. I remember that name. Outstanding pitcher.
300 career. That's quite a career.
Being reminded by our great producer, Easton Smith, he is only the 7th Tiger all time, and that is right to do so. 2 balls and no strikes to Williams, who hits it back up the middle past the diving Purify. And Williams now 2 for 3, and he's hit the ball well all 3 times.
He's been solid. He's seeing the ball really well today.
Lined out in his first at bat. He hit the shot off of Canuck in his last at bat, and now he rifles one right back up the middle again. And here's Colin Larson.
Canuck has only had 1 clean inning, and that was in the 2nd. Since then, the Eagles have been able to get at least 1 base runner.
Throw over, runner back. Williams 5 out of 7 in the stolen base department. 7 hits now for the Eagles.
Yeah, only 2 hits for Clemson to this point. Boy, again, a pretty clean game. Clemson committing the 1 error, which was a tough one. But
it was a tough play, yeah.
But it was an error.
Yeah. By the way, I want to thank Brian Hennessy, the longtime baseball SID here at Clemson, gave us all the Ryan model information. Runner goes, swing and a miss, no throw, stolen base.
Really good jump from Williams. I mean, there's just no chance at all for Gerald to make a throw to second base, especially after calling for the changeup. And the ball was in the dirt.
Yeah, nice job by Gerald just to come up with it. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. A big run down at second base in what has been obviously a low-scoring affair.
And this is where I think, especially at third base with 2 strikes.
Pulled hard and into right field, a base hit. Going to wave Williams to the plate. Here comes McClatty's throw, and he is safe. On a bang-bang play at the plate, the Eagles take a 3-1 lead.
Well, another ground ball that gets through the infield with a runner in scoring position. Williams, just after stealing the base, get the base hit. A good call there at home. Pretty good throw from McClatty, but just up the line a little bit. And so I think Gerald, players tend to reach and go get the ball, and then they have to bring the ball back to tag. When the ball would actually travel, they would let it get a little bit deeper to them. Then they just drop the tag down.
It's the little things.
Yeah,
it's a game of,
and it's just natural. You want to go get it, but this middle infielders do that a lot on stolen bases. They'll reach and go get it and then bring it back. When if you let the ball travel, it travels faster than your hands.
Yeah, the ball's much faster than your hand.
Yeah.
Larson, a big RBI single to right, 3-1. BC Tigers going to their bullpen. Career strikeout number 300. Solid effort for the right-hander today, Coach. 8 punch-outs and 5 1/3. And to this point, 3 earned runs.
Yeah, I thought he pitched pretty well. Not a lot of real hard contact. You know, he had probably, of those hits that he gave up, probably 4 or 5 were hit on the ground. So
here's Ariston Vesey, the right-hander, making his 16th appearance of the year. Coach, when Vesey is good, he is great. When he comes out of the bullpen, he's been put in a lot of high-leverage situations for the Tigers. And at times has really been outstanding for Erik Bakich and his crew.
Well, it's certainly something that the Clemson coaching staff is looking for right now and is badly needed. Clemson has really been 3 up, 3 down the last 3 innings and unable to produce even anything close to a threat. So they need to get those bats going. And
the Eagles pick up a run on the base hit, the RBI single by Larson here in the 6th inning. Williams with a 1-out base hit off of Aiden Canuck, stole second, scores on the Larson base hit in the right. Larson with outstanding speed down at First base for the Eagles, and top of the order, here's Julio Solier.
21 for 22.
VC, underhand toss. Sacrifice goes 1-3. And there's 2 away.
That was interesting.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was a sack. I mean, I think he must have been bunting for a hit, but so now you got 2 outs. But you do put a guy in scoring position, and the way he's swinging the bat.
Right. He's one of your top hitters.
Yeah. If you're Clemson, you say, "Thank you."
Yeah, take the out. So here's the left fielder, Nick Wang, 0 for 2. He's also been hit by a pitch. Came back in the first. Runner at second, 2 down.
Ooh.
Healthy cut. No balls and a strike.
I mean, I love this young man's approach at the plate. Just he's aggressive. When he gets 2 strikes, he shortens up a little bit. He's got a pro approach. Here's where the Clemson infield's got to get dirty here. Keep the ball in the infield on a ground ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. And for a power guy, handles the bat. You mentioned, Coach, he's got 35 walks, as you said earlier, 6 hit by pitches. That's a 41 free bases and only 38 strikeouts. Yeah.
Anytime that number's higher than a strikeout, and you've also got 15 homers, you're doing a lot right.
Boy, good life on that fastball, top of the zone. I think I'd climb the ladder even more here.
He's got a couple of pitches to work with at 1 and 2, and you've got first base open.
Yeah, you don't want to make a mistake to this kid.
Nope. The 1-2. He did exactly what you said.
And he overthrew it.
Came in at 95.
Looked like just his mechanics kind of fell apart a little bit in his effort to overthrow.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out.
Oh, he stayed hard.
So VC comes on. It's a ground out and a punch out. Eagles add a run, however. They now lead it 3-1. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Tigers with some work to get done, trailing 3-1. Good look at the Athletic Center and their Jervy Junkies sitting up top.
Good crowd, happy.
Great crowd.
Yep, they're anxious to cheer for the Tigers to create some offense.
Absolutely. And with, I guess, exams are now over, so some of the students have made their way out of Clemson. Tigers will send up as we go to the 6th inning. It'll be the top of the order, Nate Savoy, who twice has hit the ball hard to the 3rd baseman Gallo, who's made a couple of nice plays. He's 0 for 2.
Yep. 2 balls hit hard to his left.
This one is ripped to left, and it'll drop in for a base hit. So that breaks a string of 7 in a row retired by BC pitchers.
Yeah.
The 3rd hit for the Tigers.
Kind of a hanging breaking ball there. Savoy with a nice job of just not trying to do too much of it. Just get something started here. Very solid.
So here's Luke Gaffney, who has walked a couple of times. No official at bat. The right-hander Suarez in his second inning of relief work for the Eagles. At a 1-2-3-6, or fifth, I should say.
Yeah, he looked really good in the fifth. Another breaking pitch.
The first base umpire said Gaffney did not go. Jake Botek down at first.
Look at that hole between first and second base.
This hit on one hop off the glove of the second baseman and into center field. And the first two have reached for Clemson in the bottom of the sixth inning.
That ball was crushed. 107 off of the bat. It's like another breaking ball. Yeah, right down the middle. Yeah,
that's a tough hop.
Yeah. I mean, you want to say, hey, get in front of that ball, but I don't know.
But, you know, the way things have gone for the Tigers at times this season and today, he hits that ball, like he said, 107. And when you see it leave the bat, the first thing you think is that's going to be a 4-3 double play.
Yeah.
It scoots into center field. 2 on, nobody out. Here's Gerald. It's upstairs the ball. And that will be a base hit for Gaffney.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now, here's the difference between the two philosophies. I mean, you're not seeing a bunt here. And I think if it were BC, you would.
2-run deficit. Gerald takes ball 2. Didn't miss by much. Certainly a hitter's count here.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that I wouldn't bunt Gerald. Heck,
I understand what you're saying. You're talking about the difference in the philosophies.
Right.
3 balls and no strikes. Now, do you green light this guy with 17 homers? Put you on the spot.
It wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Time called.
I mean, you know you're going to see a fastball.
There is bullpen action for the Eagles. Got a lefty warming. So that is John Kwiatkowski, who is warming down in the bullpen, or was anyway.
Suarez has not given up a home run. Opponent's only hitting 191 against him. I mean, my goodness, 28 strikeouts, only 4 walks. That's insane.
That is yeah, those are phenomenal numbers.
Yeah.
So Kwiatkowski was throwing, but now it looks like they might have a right-hander down there. Regardless, it's 3 balls and no strikes to Gerald with 2 on and nobody out. Pumps it in there.
Little breaking pitch, little slider. And I think they were fully aware of the possibility of the green light on 3-0.
The right-hander is Kyle Kipp, listening for the Eagles. 3-1 on Gerald.
Another one.
3-2. So a nice bounce back.
Well, obviously he has a lot of confidence in his breaking pitch. 3-0 breaking pitch, 3-1 breaking pitch. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see another one.
The payoff. Found it tipped at the plate.
Big swing from Gerald.
Yeah, there are guys in certain lineups, even with 2 strikes, they're still letting it fly, aren't they? He's one of them.
Yeah.
It's what I guess it's what's gotten him to this point. Yep. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Suarez delivers, and it's chopped to third. Nice play by Gallo. Steps on the bag 1, relay to first, double play. Savoia raced at third. Gaffney moves to second, but they're now 2 away. That's the second double play Gerald's hit into in this ballgame.
Yep. Well, you talk about changing the complexion of an inning. just a tailor-made, easy double play situation for Boston College. Good job by Suarez to induce that ground ball after, getting behind.
Gallo with a nice play down at third.
Yeah.
He just steps on the bag, soft toss over to first. Lefty McClatty due up. Let's see if BC goes to their bullpen. He got the right-hander, though.
Yeah, he's the one that's getting ready. I think this is, hey, let's stay focused on what we're doing. I know we got the quick double play here, but let's get this third out.
Now they're going to stay with the right-hander.
Yeah.
And Suarez face McClatty. Yeah, but you mentioned back-to-back hits to start the inning. You're heading to count 3-0. You start having really good thoughts, and then give Suarez credit. He bounces back, gets it to a full count.
With breaking pitches.
Breaking pitches. Made the pitch when he had to. You mentioned Gallo down at third, not your prototypical third baseman in terms of size.
But he's been
got the hands.
outstanding.
Yeah, he's been great.
Got middle infielder hands and release. And
see if McClatty can deliver with 2 outs. We've seen BC do so in this series. Certainly today, 1 ball, no strikes. Gaffney in scoring position down at second, but now 2 away after the 5-3 double play. May have chased. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hitting is difficult enough when you swing at strikes only, but when you expand the strike zone, boy, it really gets tough.
The 1-1. Good pitch, down and in, 1-2.
Off speed.
Kind of a back foot slider.
Yeah.
That's a tough pitch for a lefty. Lefties love it down and in, but not. It's a good pitch. The 1-2. Bounces in there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tigers got a pair of base hits to start the inning. Savoy lined it into left. Gaffney bounced one into center on a 1-hop line drive, but then Gerald bounces into a 5-3 double play.
Still only 4 hits for the Tigers, though. All singles.
The 2-2. Missed in. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
It's been a good ball game. Both teams have pitched well, played solid defense.
BC with a 3-1 lead. Runner at second, the payoff. Swing and a miss. Suarez works out of trouble. First 2 reach. He gets the 5-3 double play. And then on the 3-2, he strikes out McClatty. Still 3-1 Eagles through 6.
the real fun just getting started.
Run straight for the breakaway.
The celebration is on. Well, that's the destination for every college baseball ball club, the College World Series in Omaha. And BC, one of those clubs, along with Clemson, hoping to get there. Coach, you ever been to the College World Series?
Nope.
No, neither have I. Take a look at the AP, or I should say the top 25 in the ACC. 2 balls and no strikes to Manalfi, the second baseman, leading things off in the 7th.
Good looking pitch there.
Yep.
Been to Omaha several times, a bunch of times, but.
VC delivers, and it's hit the deep right field. McClatty on the terrace, just enough room, one away.
And McClatty ends up making the play. I'm not sure it was the textbook way to make the play. Generally, you like to get to the wall first. Maybe he didn't have an opportunity to do that, but no, that was well done. And again, he negotiated that little hill out there, the terrace.
The terrace. There's Gunnar Johnson. Johnson has 1 for 3, has driven in a pair. Fouls off the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. No balls in the strike. BC in his second inning of relief. Ahead in the count, 0-2. So you've been to Omaha, but never to the...
I've been to the park, the old park.
The old park.
Rosenblatt.
Yeah.
I've been there just to go look at it.
How old was it? Pretty old?
It was near the end.
The 0-2.
Before they went downtown.
I've never been to Omaha, period. One ball and 2 strikes to Johnson. Two and two. For many years, when I was an SID, I always said I'm not going to Omaha until the team that I'm working for gets there. Thus, I've never been. The 2-2. They come inside, missed up and in. And it's full, 3-2. Johnson, who's been aboard twice today. Once by way of error and then a base hit. And he's aboard for the 3rd time with a 1-out walk.
A lot of respect for Johnson there with that 3-2 breaking pitch. He's only hit 2 home runs.
So here's Luke Gallo. Singled down the left field line his last time on a hard hit ball. We've seen him down at 3rd make some really nice plays defensively.
He has. He's made all the plays.
All the plays. Looks at a ball in a 2-run ball game. You take a look at some of the balls that Savoy hit his first 2 times up. We saw the double play last inning. This is your type of guy right here. Scrappy, but very talented at .341 batting average, and he rips this one to center. Talon Bell measures it, 2 down.
I'll tell you what, Talon Bell is athletic. I like the way he moves in the outfield. It looks like he really reads the ball well off of the bat. Good looking athlete.
Like he just flows to the baseball.
Yeah.
Very fluid in what he does. I agree with you. Here's Kyle Wolf, the first baseman. Wolf is 1 for 3, led off the 4th with a base hit.
Here's where you see the Clemson outfield deepen up a little bit, trying to avoid that double with the 2 outs, man on first base.
Ball and no strikes.
Johnson just 3 of 3, stealing bases.
Pops it up, foul ground, right side, out of play. This game started, this is the earliest starting game in the ACC today. Currently 4 others underway. Xavier and Georgia Tech, that's the rubber match of that series. Xavier won at Georgia Tech on Friday. Currently all Georgia Tech in this one, that one 7-0. 2-1. Virginia playing host to in-state rival Radford in a non-conference affair.
Couple of non-conference situations there, yeah.
Yep. Got Pitt with a 2-1 lead in the third at Florida State. The 2-1 pulled, foul, and just foul at third. 2-2. Wow. It's a nice job by the third base umpire, John Byrne.
Yeah, not only.
Take a look. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy call. Right at his feet. Had to do a little dance, but showed some athleticism there.
He did.
Yeah, I like it.
Something tells me he's an athlete at one point. By the way, Notre Dame with a 3-0 lead over Stanford there in the third inning. Here it's 3-1 BC in the 7th. Bites it off. 2-2.
Good battle from Wolf. Fastballs. Good breaking pitch that he fought off.
You saw in his base hit, he went deep in a number of pitches off of Canuck before he found one he could handle.
Just want to live to see another pitch.
Battle at the plate. 2-2. Fouls it off again at 95. 96 on this gun here. Wow. You know, there was a time, Coach, when you threw 95, 96, that was unheard of.
That was elite in the big leagues.
Yeah, and it's not anymore.
It's pretty commonplace.
Particularly in the big leagues, as you said. Swing and a miss. BC climbs the ladder. Wolf chases, and the inning comes to a close. So the Tiger right-hander keeping his ball club within striking distance. 3-1 BC. Home half of the 7th inning, and Coach, you talk about timely hitting, and that's been really the story of this game, or the lack of it if you're a Tiger fan at this point.
Well, there's still 3 innings, and you know you want to win the final 3 innings. A lot of coaches talk about that.
And they got Jaron Purify to lead things off, and Jaron hitting in the number 5 spot, but he's really like a leadoff batter. And he will face the right-hander Suarez. And he misses upstairs the ball in his 3rd inning of relief of the starter, Tyler Mudd.
Yeah. Well, you think of last inning that it started so promisingly for Clemson, men on first and second, nobody out, 2 solid base hits, and then the double play kind of changed the whole complexion of the inning.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ball catches the top half of the zone.
Tiger faithful.
Some of the umpires behind home plate, as we like to refer to them as. The 1-1. 2 balls and a strike.
See, that's at the top of the strike zone to me. I like a big strike zone.
Okay.
I like it big. As long as you're consistent.
You're good with it.
Yeah. Swing to bat. Let's, again, put the ball in play.
The 2-1. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's a pitch, really good-looking pitch. The only way you're going to hit that ball solidly is let it get deep and take it to right field, to right center field.
So Suarez has battled back to even the count at 2-2. And it's run full, 3-2. A healthy diet of sliders.
Yep.
And even on 3-2, we've seen him go to it.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see it here. Started in the strike zone and break it out. Of course, you don't want that leadoff walk.
The payoff.
There it is, and that's well hit.
Driven to deep left field. Wang going back, and it is gone. 3rd home run for Purify on the season, and it's a 3-2 BC lead.
Welcome back, Jaron. And after being out for 6 weeks, and when I heard that he might not be in the lineup today, I just thought, wow, he needs some at-bats to get comfortable again. And he sure looked comfortable handling that breaking pitch. Ball about thigh high, right down the middle. He was pretty sure. He wasn't positive, but that ball was well hit. And look at that energy.
It's been since March 8th that Jaron has homered, and he cuts it to a 1-run deficit. Here's Lichtenberger, looks at ball 1. Yeah, he got a good pitch to hit, and he didn't miss it. A little bit of energy in that dugout again, and then in this crowd as well. Tigers have cut the margin to 3-2.
Well, the offense has been pretty anemic the last 4 innings.
It's driven to deep right, but it will hook well foul. Just past our good friends out at the Cajun Cafe.
Yep. Toughest ticket in town.
The Cajun Cafe? Ooh. Well, I have a philosophy about that. The more you mention them on the air, the better chance you have of being fed from those
think that works?
I hope so.
Cajun Cafe.
Cajun Cafe. Yeah. It's the best food around as well. That misses. 2 balls and a strike. There are good friends out there. We sure do miss seeing them if they've got the telecast out there going on. They are special people.
That's awesome.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Isn't it amazing how many friends you have when you cook good food? Am I right? Am I right? When you can cook. See?
I make
they have no idea, but they're some of our best friends standing right there.
I make a really good grilled cheese.
Do you?
That's about the extent of it.
3-2. Well, all I can tell you, my wife will attest to this. Thank goodness they invented the microwave for me. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's do the best I can.
Tigers really wanting to get a base runner going again here. And
second 3-2 offering this inning. And a swing and a miss. That back foot slider, 1 away. That's just a tough pitch, a very good pitch. The right-hander. Hard to lay off of that one.
Yeah, it is. You got to really see the ball deep.
So here's Jack Crichton. Jack with a couple of homers, driven in 23, hitting at 290. One out, bases empty, a run in the Tiger bottom of the 7th inning, and he pours in a strike to Suarez, 0-1.
Crichton is he's just one of those guys that just does the job. You know, nothing really flashy.
He rips this into right center, and it will be caught by Larson. Good speed, ranged over in the right center, and made it look easy. 2 down.
That wind blowing in pretty vigorously right now. Well, I'm not sure that ball didn't get knocked down a little bit. I actually think Larson would have made the catch regardless. You see it move.
Yeah, you mentioned the
straight in.
Yeah. Yes, I'm going back to Crichton. I like the way he plays the game. And he is a really, really good ball player. Does a lot of things well. Fultz fouls it right side out of play. You know, we've often said you maybe, if you put 9 Jack Crichtons in your lineup, you maybe can't get to the College World Series. But I would argue you can't get to the College World Series without a Jack Crichton in your lineup.
I see what you're saying, yes.
Yeah. I mean, he is
one of those guys really consistent, does all the little things.
This one is driven to left field. Wang going back just shy of the terrace. He makes the catch, and that will end the inning. Tigers hit a couple of balls hard in this inning. Jaron Purify with the hardest of them all. A leadoff homer. This solo shot cuts the margin to 3-2 as we go to the 8th. Second relief pitcher of the day, coach, and it's the right-hander, Hayden Simmerson.
Well, you can see he's had a pretty good year to this point. Only 8 walks, 34 Ks, 23 innings. He's often used and been very, very effective overall. 50th appearance.
Simmerson, junior out of Salisbury, North Carolina, transferred by way of Catawba. Trying to keep the Eagles where they are. It's 3-2 Boston College. We have moved to the 8th inning. It's been a well-pitched game on both ends. We saw VC in relief for the Tigers, inning and 2/3, walk and a couple of strikeouts. Tigers as a staff today, coach, have struck out 10 BC hitters. Here's Esteban Garcia, the designated hitter. This is his second at bat. He came on back in the 6th inning and hit for Danny Serwick, who started in the DH spot. Garcia was career strikeout number 300 for Aiden Canuck. Off his foot, no balls and a strike. Tigers have been out hit today, 8-5. Been a very good defensive ball game. Both teams have played well defensively. There is 1 error in the game.
And that was kind of a
tough play.
Yeah, it was a tough play. The right call was made.
Right.
But it was not a routine ground ball that was the error was committed on. So
the 0-2. Tap foul right side. And we mentioned about how big this game is for both teams, Coach. It really is. BC trying to, obviously going to stay in the upper third, but it's still a chance to win the ACC regular season title. Tigers.
I think it's bigger for Clemson.
Yeah.
They really
hit off the end. Fultz takes his time, and he is
that was
out.
Close.
Wow. I think they may want to replay. Coach, I'm not sure. Maybe he had a hard time getting a grip on it, getting out of his glove.
I just think Garcia got down the line really fast from the left side. The ball was not hit hard. They are going to take a look at that. And I never like to jump the umpires, but that was close.
That was close. Yeah, I'm with you. Take a look. See, it looks like he takes like an extra step, maybe. Maybe not.
There was an extra little crow hop there.
Crow hop.
And then he said, oh, man, I got to throw this ball. Got him. I don't think they'll overturn that.
Ball in the back. Yeah, I'm with you. Look at the ball in the back of the mitt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that so? Gaffney, look at Gaffney's foot placement. It's on top of the bag.
Yeah.
You don't see that a lot, do you?
Maybe. Yeah. No, you don't. You kind of want to see that toe there. And
right, because then you get another inch or two trying to make the catch, huh? Let's see. I think it's going to stand. I'm with you.
I don't see how they can overturn it. And then the other thing a first baseman can do is actually walk off the bag. I mean, just, boom, and maybe cheat just a little bit on that, but have that momentum walking off the bag. But maybe, now with the replays and everything,
but no,
probably,
you are exactly, Coach.
You see that
in the big. You see that in the big leagues a lot. You used to,
yeah.
and of course, and then the neighborhood play at second you saw for years.
Yep. Well, what a great job by the camera
first
crew, and just really well done here.
They're the best,
man,
obviously.
I don't know how they overturned that.
Easton Smith and his group.
Yeah, just the replays, the graphics, production level. I mean, what's happening in the booth here is incredible too.
Yeah, you are incredible. By the way,
despite us.
Is this the first time we've worked together?
I think.
And I was telling someone before the telecast, I said, I'm working with Coach Smith today, and I've probably known him longer than anyone in the press box.
Yeah.
And that says a lot because we've known each other. I knew you before you knew me.
Southern Conference days.
Southern Conference, back in the Furman days. When Furman had baseball. Boy, those were the days, huh?
Let's not go there.
Okay.
All right.
We'll leave it at that.
All right, come on. Well, they're really giving this a
long look.
A long look, which.
So we await, and here come the men in black.
Yep.
He is out. So as you mentioned, the ball was not hit hard.
And I felt like Fultz just. I
wonder if it was a grip thing or what. What do you think?
I think he just thought he had more time, and Garcia runs well from the left side and put some pressure on him.
Here's Williams, speaking of pressure, trying to bunt his way aboard. He fouls it off. He's had a great day, has Williams, 2 for 3. He's stolen the base and scored what, at this point, would be the winning run. Back in the 6th inning. He reached for a one-out hit and stole a base.
Well, 2 of the 3 runs that have been scored by BC, a ground ball. That's a pretty fundamental play. Yeah.
2 down.
2 of the 3 have been base hits, and then the steal of second base, and within 2 pitches after the steal of second base, another base hit. Ground ball through the infield, it gets through, and that's how they've scored 2 of their 3 runs, and that's the function of their philosophy. I mean, that really is executing what they want to do. Yeah, it's what they want to do.
Yep, and here's Larson, who drove in that 3rd run with a base hit to right field his last time. By the way, I have really enjoyed watching this young man play. I know he hits 9th in the order, but he's got great speed.
Yeah. Well, he's out there in right field, roaming around, and
see, he's got that leadoff batter mentality.
He does.
See that? 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah. Ooh. Jacob Gerald turned around that time to have a word with home plate umpire Kelvin Beltran. And that pitch before that was pretty good. Got to be careful turning it around. You can talk, say, you know, hey.
It's when the crowd knows you're talking.
Yeah.
It's one thing to talk to them when no one knows you're doing it, right?
That's exactly right.
Swing and a miss, ball in the dirt. Gerald to first will end the inning.
Boy, that's a good inning.
So Simerson comes on, retires at 1-2-3. Tigers with some work to do going to the bottom of the 8th. In the big league, Spencer Strider, first start of the season today. What a
the Braves
talent.
Are still.
Braves are still the Braves. Yeah. Teodoso.
But Strider, and you didn't see him as being, when he was in college, obviously good, but to be that dominant. I think he really worked on strength training, and
as you can see, his lower body.
Yeah, especially on his lower half.
You know, the thing about that is, it looks like the Tigers, Talon Bell, Dua maybe going to their bench with a pinch hitter, but yeah, he is. It's one thing to translate to become a major leaguer, but as you mentioned, I think rightfully so, it's another thing to become a big leaguer and be dominant.
Yeah,
and he certainly is when he's healthy.
We got Jackson Moore here.
So Jackson Moore to lead it off, takes ball 1. In relief of pinch hitting for Talon Bell. Went 0 for 2.
238 hitter.
And he's seen some meaningful at-bats for the Tigers this year. And has swung the bat very well at times.
He's got 9 RBI. That's pretty solid.
Trying to get him aboard. He looks at a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Does have 1 home run. Facing the right-hander Suarez. This one will be out of play. Gallo gives it a look, but it's well out of play. 1-2. So double barrel action, oh, by the way, for the Eagles down in their bullpen, a right-hander and a lefty. Looks like the right-hander, maybe Kyle Kipp. The 1-2. Hit hard into right center field, a base hit. A good start to the Tiger 8.
Yeah, really an off-speed pitch, and he sat back on that one and just drove it right up the middle. Good compact swing. And you can see it's a ball. It's right really outer third. Just really short, quick swing.
So Moore aboard to begin the Tiger bottom of the 8th inning. That'll set the stage for the top of the order, and Nate Savoy, who's hit the ball hard 3 times today. Grounded out twice, single to left his last time. The lefty, by the way, is Kwiatkowski down in the bullpen for the Eagles. This one is hit into right center field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Moore will stop at second. Had to make sure that one fell. And the first two have reached for Clemson. Second time in 3 innings that the first two have reached on base hits, Coach. And it's a 2-hit day for Savoy.
I always think of Pete Rose. If he were running at second base in that situation, he would be at third. He had an uncanny ability to know whether an outfielder was going to get to a ball or not.
So he
wasn't that fast, as you well know. He wasn't a great athlete, but he was unbelievable at going first to third.
Luke Gaffney steps in, and Eric Bakich is going to use that offensive timeout.
And they've got to talk about some things here. Possible bunt situation, even with Gaffney in there, who has been swinging the bat really well the last 6-7 games. He's been on fire. Kind of hard to take the bat out of his hand, but boy, you will get that tying run to third base with less than 2 outs if you execute a bunt properly, and the leading run to second base, and you end up scoring that. You only have 3 outs to get.
That's the good way of looking at it, right? Now, I agree with you 100%, and that's why they get paid the big bucks to be the coach, because the other philosophy is you don't bunt.
Right.
And like we saw 2 innings ago, unfortunately, into a double play, right?
Well, it happens.
It happens. So
yeah.
Do you just, I mean, it'll be.
I think you
agree.
do what your program, I mean, I don't think there's any doubt what would happen if Boston College was up in this situation.
Right. Yeah, it's a tough call. I'm with you. If he put down a bunt right now, I'm 100% behind it. If he swings away, I'm behind it. It's just. But it's part of the game. This is what makes it such a great game.
Yeah.
Because you've got Gerald on deck,
who can strike out.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that's the other factor.
So they're really not playing in very much, but
he does show
beautiful bunt.
Beauty. Second and third, 1 out. Gaffney gets the sacrifice down. All right, so Coach agreed with you.
No, I wasn't
I thought you
advocating for anything. I just said, that's a possibility.
Absolutely. And it was a perfect bunt. Perfect bunt.
I probably would have done it. But so a lot of people, all the people that watched me coach said I bunted too much. So
I'm with you. I love the bunt. I love running and bunting and stealing. Second and third, 1 out, and time called, and it looks like we'll have a meeting at the mound. Because they're going to play, it looks like they're going to play the infield in, trying to cut off that tying run.
Boy, the tough thing about that, you lose some of your lateral ability to knock down ground balls, and so that winning run standing out there at second base, and you can't hold the runner on as well either. I might play the corners in and the middle infielders regular depth. Some people say halfway, but I think that puts infielders in a really bad situation.
I'm with you. I mean, it's one of those things. They come in, a ball that normally would be stopped for a routine out now gets through, and you end up possibly losing the game.
Yeah.
But
stand with him. They pretty quick meeting. Just a clarification of what they're looking for.
All right, I'm gonna put you in the batter's box. Jacob Gerald facing this right-hander, a lot of sliders. What are you looking? What are you thinking?
I think you look for what he does best, and they're going to put him on, and
I'll take care of that.
And now you got McClatty up here, who really doesn't. It's a righty-lefty. He might be getting a lefty ready in the bullpen.
Got John Kwiatkowski down there. Let's see if they're going to go to the bullpen. Right now, no signs of it. So McClatty at the plate.
Doesn't strike out nearly as much. Got better speed. Kind of a halfway situation for that infield. Ooh.
Ball 1.
Good job there by Johnson behind the plate to smother that. But you look at that infield, they're not playing in the middle infielders. I mean.
And I think Solier believes he can get to second quick enough to possibly turn a double play.
Yeah.
See if McClatty can come through. Bases loaded, one out in the 8th. And he rips it into right field, a base hit. Tying run scores. Savoy to the plate. The throw up the line, and he is out on a great throw by Larson in right. Cuts down Savoy, but the Tigers get the equalizer. It's 3-3.
Really good job by Larson. He's had a good game. Ball hit hard. And actually a little bit too hard for Clemson's liking by McClatty. See the ball just rocking out. 103 exit velocity, pretty much right at Larson. And he's able to charge it, come up with it cleanly. Wasn't a great throw. Kind of up the line, but good enough.
So here's Purify, first and third. Gerald hustled to third. Purify homered to left as last time. This one in the dirt. Another nice play by Johnson behind the plate. Tigers, who trailed 3-1 entering the 7th, got the home run off the bat of Purify. McClatty has just delivered a one-out RBI single to right. Go-ahead run cut down at the plate by Larson, the right fielder for BC. Throw to first, McClatty back. Let's see if Jaron's got another big hit in him. Bottom of the 8th, now tied at 3. That one up and in, 2 balls and no strikes.
Buzzed his tower.
Lichtenberger on deck. You know, Coach, first base technically isn't open with Lichtenberger on deck. The guy at the plate that homered off you last time, but it is open.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, I see, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
3 balls and no strikes.
We'll see another breaking pitch here.
Well, there's a guy on this roster that'll go the other way. He's certainly one of them. More than likely you would be taking at 3-0, you would think anyway. That's in there for a strike, 3-1.
Just to get me over breaking ball. That big hole over there between first and second, the 4 hole. I used to call it the magic hole.
First and third, 2 down. 3-1 pitch to Jaron Purify. Runner goes, and it's drilled to left, but it'll hook well foul.
Well, he's seeing the ball better than he did on Friday night, and that was a breaking pitch.
Yeah, he didn't hook that one. Pulled it into deep left. 3rd home run of the season for the Tigers second baseman, who's missed a good part of this year with a broken hand, fractured hand. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There goes McClatty, and it's chopped to second. It'll scoot into right field, a base hit, and the Tigers take a 4-3 lead.
It's a pitch that's out over the plate, and he just went with it. Got on top. It was up in the strike zone. I love the way he kept his hands above the ball and just said, hey, we've got the massive hole over there between first and second base, and he hit about a 4-5 hopper into the outfield, put the Tigers in the lead.
Would you say that's the magic hole on the infield?
The magic hole.
Hit them where they aimed, and he certainly did.
Look, with the runner on, and the second baseman's always going to cheat a little bit towards second base. First baseman's holding the runner on. It's a big hole over there.
And you had a guy at the plate that can really handle the bat.
Good job. Didn't try to do too much.
Well, the Tigers have their first lead today. 2 outs in the 8th. Bottom of the 8th will send BC to their bullpen, and they'll go with the lefty, John Kwiatkowski.
I'm just going to call him John.
John, yeah. Got a good record, ERA elevated just a bit. But like most of the pitchers on this staff, a very high strikeout total and very few walks for the most part, over a 2-to-1 ratio. He's got 21 punch-outs in 24 innings.
Yeah.
But, Coach, going back to Clemson's go-ahead base hit by Purify, I don't know if there's a guy on the roster that you want at the plate in that situation. He's experienced. He really knows how to handle that.
He just took what they gave him. Big hit, ground ball. It got through for Clemson. Again, as I've said, if you stay with it, baseball gives back to you. That ball was not hit real hard, but it like a 4-hopper through the infield.
So first and third, 2 down. Tigers not done. Here's Tyler Lichtenberger facing the lefty.
That was a 4th hit in that inning. I don't think the Tigers have had an extra base hit yet.
The pitch is up and in.
Oh, yeah, the home run from Purify, excuse me.
But still.
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
but it's not right.
Yeah,
they have
not like they're
pounding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have done a nice job of just kind of being able to take advantage of some opportunities, particularly late in this ball game. Good cut. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, and look, we've seen this team. We've both have seen this team all year. If there's ever been a ball club, as Coach mentioned yesterday, that needed an 11-run first inning. If there's ever been a ball club that needed a ground ball to have eyes and find a hole, this club certainly deserves it and needs it. Because there's been a lot of them that have gone the other way.
Yeah, balls that are hit hard right at infielders. Yeah, but again, that's baseball.
2-1. Two balls and 1 strike. See if they send Jaron Kwiatkowski that way.
You got 2 pretty fast runners. First, especially if you get 2 strikes, maybe do a little first and third double steal.
Again, the throw over.
And with this left-handed pitcher, even with 2 outs, man, maybe Lichtenberger takes one with him down the line towards second base. Second baseman's playing in the outfield grass.
The 2-1. Nope. Skied to shallow right. Second baseman Manalfi near the line, makes the call and the catch. Tigers are retired, but not before they score a pair. We go to the 9th. Clemson leads it 4-3. He has the guy they want up.
Yeah.
And Solier.
Well, he's just been outstanding all series. Puts the ball in play. He's had a couple that have dropped in fortuitously, but he has got a lot of swag, he gets on base, and when he gets on base, he likes to steal.
Yeah, 7 for 11 in this series. He's driven in 3, but as you said, when he gets on base, he normally scores. He's scored 5 times.
Yeah.
And if you're a BC fan, you're hoping for number 6 as we go to the 9th inning. Clemson has rallied from a 3-1 deficit. You see the line score. And a solo homer from Purify in the 7th, and then manufactured a pair at the bottom of the 8th. Jaron Purify with a CNI base hit to right field to score the go-ahead run. So here's Solier. 2 for 3, a couple of base hits, scored a couple of runs. He takes a strike from Simerson on to his second inning of work. Tristan McClatty, now the new center fielder. 1 ball, 1 strike. And there's Jackson Moore, who led off the inning with a base hit in the bottom of the 8th. Came around, scored the tying run. He's in right field.
That was a big hit, big base hit.
2-1.
Stay within yourself here if you're the pitcher.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss.
Good pitch.
Leadoff batter for BC. Steps back in. The 2-2. Up the middle, Purify. 1 away.
That seems like a really big out, keeping him off of the bases for the Tigers. I know if you're BC, you're saying, man, we got to get this guy on, this leadoff guy, when he gets on in a leadoff situation, I bet he's scoring 50% of the time because of his ability to steal bases.
That's a big first out. Here's Wang, and he looks at ball 1. Nick Wang, 0 for 3 officially, hit by a pitch in the first.
Boy, you don't want to make a mistake here. My goodness.
Leads the Cub with 15 homers, up and in 2-0. Yeah, you got to think his philosophy changes a little bit as well with the bases in. Now he's thinking about get a pitch I can drive.
That's right. And in this situation, when you're 1 run down, I don't mind seeing guys take really big cuts. If you're 4 runs down, I mean, you're looking for base runners. Ooh, that was a breaking pitch that had some bite. That was a good one.
2 balls and a strike.
Another one.
Just missed up. 3 balls and a strike.
And Jacob Gerald saying, hey, where is that pitch? Eric Bakich unhappy.
Hitters count for Wang. And he's aboard with a 1-out walk.
I'm not surprised at the breaking pitch there. And there were 2 pitches that were really close. So it's not like, Hayden Simerson's all over the place.
Good point.
He just barely missed on 2 pitches. But you put the tying run on, and the winning run comes to the plate.
There's Manalfy.
He's only hit 1 home run this year. And, the Clemson outfield should be almost scratching their rear ends on the fence.
Here's a strike from Simerson. No balls and a strike.
Just can't have anything go over your head that doesn't get out of the yard.
You look at Wang, he's a big guy, but he does have 11 stolen bases. So he must run pretty well. No balls and 2 strikes. This is a team that likes to run, but I don't know. I'm with you. I don't know. But 35 stolen bases later.
He's got 11. Maybe there's some double steals.
Good point, Coach. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. First base occupied. That's a big second out.
Well, that was a nice pitch and not a real good at bat. That ball wasn't close, and he swung at that one out of his hand. Again, that really tight breaking pitch. That ball was dropped off the table.
So here's Gunnar Johnson, who's driven in a pair and been on base 3 times. Has reached on an error, has an RBI single, and walked his last time in the 7th. And he looks at a strike 0-1.
Now you really got I mean, there's just no way you can let the ball get over your head. And you see, look down the third base line that Fultz is guarding the line, as he should be. No doubles defense.
Throw to first. A little higher than we would hope, right? Did you see that throw?
Yeah.
That was a little high.
It's okay.
Good thing Gaffney's, what, 6'4"?
No, he's 6'1", 6'2".
6'1", 6'2"?
He's not the biggest, but he can jump.
Thank goodness. Here's the 0-1. 0-2.
Coming in on him with that fastball.
You're right, 6'1", 235. Yeah. He plays tall.
Plays big.
He plays big.
All right, interesting to see what he does here. Does he climb the ladder?
No balls and 2 strikes. Do you climb the ladder here?
I would. You know, you 0-2, see if he'll, or you know, get one down and then change the eye level. But
the 0-2. And that is strike 3 called, and the ball game is over. Simerson with back-to-back strikeouts to end it, and the Tigers come from behind and win a series at home in the ACC, taking the final 2 against BC.
Well, just an outstanding pitch, looked like a bit of a slider, and Coach Bakich is liking that. Man, well done. Happy. Listen, nobody wants to win more than the coach. Nobody, I promise you. But outstanding job done by the 3 Clemson pitchers. Really, really scattered 8 hits, only 3 runs, and against a team that's very scrappy. And they are scrappy. And then to come up with, they won hitting 7, 8, 9. They scored 1 in the 8th, 7th, and 2 in the 8th. And so just a great job. And you know, you pointed out there's a picture of Purify, and what a difference he makes. To this team.
He's a pro, as you mentioned. You can describe to a lot of folks like that. And speaking of Jaron Purify, coach, his 7th inning, he kind of gave some breath of fresh air to this club with the homer.
Oh, no doubt. That was a really nice swing, and then just a really nice piece of hitting, taking the ball the other way, and that's really and look at that energy that he brings to the ballpark. That's a big ball game for Clemson, and it's one of those things where you know they're a good baseball team.
Yes.
They've struggled, they've had some adversity, and if they could stay together, keep believing in themselves, keep competing, they're going to get it turned around. You just got to feel that way. They have not given up, obviously, and it's certainly a confidence booster moving forward.
And having that guy back from injury is a big feather in Erik Bakich's and that entire team's cap. He had a big day today, 3 hits.
And that's a good Boston College team that they beat, and they played pretty solid baseball.
Yeah, they kind of Boston Colleged them today. The Tigers winning very like the Eagles do.
Yeah.
All right, 4-3, the Tigers win it. For our producer, Eastern Smith, my partner, Ron Smith, Tony Schufo saying so long from Clemson, South Carolina.